I can't maintain a system with black people being serious. So I'm going to redirect their seriousness, and I'm going to do it through something that they relate to best. I'm going to do it through a medium that they can relate to, and that is entertainment. So I'm going to twist and turn their entertainment in such a way that where it was non-justice before, where they were trying to talk about justice and head in that direction, I'm going to redirect that whole machine right before their eyes, and since they are a primitive people, they won't even realize what I'm doing, because it will all be fun, because I know how to package stuff that doesn't make sense so that it is fun. And I'll have them directing their entire existence to getting up in the morning and looking for something stupid to do, and they won't even know that they're looking for something stupid to do, because they're just that stupid, because I will have programmed them to be stupid.
There's a tsunami of slime going on here in America today. The tsunami of slime surrounded by dark money and by the Donald Trump claim of America, because that's what's happening with us. Good evening, brothers and sisters. This is War Smith with the Black News Network, the real voice of Military City, USA, bringing you the news from a local, a national, and a state perspective. I do not own the rights to the music you were listening to, but I do own the rights to what I say. So let's get cracking. This tsunami of slime is over 200 people running for Republican office right now for this midterm election. And over those 200 people, 75% of those 200 people believe that the 2020 election was a fraud. It was a farce. And that's what they're preaching right now. They're out there telling people a lot of bullshit about the election where Joe Biden won the presidency. And this is all based on something that Trump is saying. Stop the steal. January 6th committee. They can't wait to get these Republicans in House right now so they can stop that January 6th committee, because they finna tag his ass. He's facing 8 lawsuits right now. This is Donald Trump for you. He's ruining our country. And we are not doing enough to stop him from doing that. And if these 200 people get into these positions, these Republicans running for office, in over 200 Republican positions, we're going to catch hell. And one of the major positions that we got to look out for is Secretary of State. Why is it we want to pay attention to the Secretary of State? Is because the Secretary of State is the one who decides on who validates the election in that particular state. Let's go back to Georgia. Look how Trump called the Secretary of State down in Georgia and practically begged him to overturn the election in Georgia. It didn't work though, did it? Now, he's going after all these people. He's even going after DeSantis, because that's the guy in Florida, by the way. He's going after DeSantis because DeSantis is going to run for president. And Donald Trump wants to eliminate his enemies or his rivals or anyone with the audacity to stand up against him. But where do black people fit in all this tsunami of slime in America? Black people fit in places like in Georgia, again, Herschel Walker. Dark money going into Herschel Walker's pocket because Herschel Walker will do any damn thing that he's told to do by the white man. And that's what's happening right now. He's about to do some dumb, really dumb shit. If he accidentally wins this election in Georgia for the United States Senate, that is the demise of America. That is as low can go in this country when you take an idiot like Herschel Walker and place him in a position of that type of power. Because he's only got one mission. And that one mission is to do whatever the hell he's being told to do by Donald Trump and company. That's the kind of shit we got to deal with. You know, the Republican National Conference, or caucus, or whatever they call those people, they're doing something right now that the Democrats failed on. They are going out doing what they call minority outreach centers in most major metropolitan areas where there's a heavy Hispanic turnout. They're setting up these outreach centers and they're giving the Hispanic populations resources to do whatever they want to do in those cities. But first and foremost, they're making sure that they know that this is something that the Republicans are doing. So the Hispanic population can vote Republican. Now, most people don't realize how important this election is, this midterm election is. It is so much shit right now going on against Donald Trump. He got one objective, and that is to stop the damn steal, to stop the damn turmoil, to stop these lawsuits. He's being sued in New York by the district attorney. He's being sued by the Department of Justice. He's gotten caught with top secret documents in his Mar-a-Lago home. That's not all. He's got other shit out there. There's so much shit going on right now in this country. It is unfreaking believable. This is the tsunami of slime that came with Donald Trump by putting that asshole in the presidency. Sometimes we do the shit that just don't make sense here in America. We're being looked at by other countries as the laughing hole of the world. Because we are right now. Because we allowed that man to disrupt our way of government here in America. Not to say that our way of government was good, but to say that our way of government was respected. It was respected, but it wasn't all that damn good. Now we're being sucked into a battle with Russia because we are piling all of our taxpayers' money over to Ukraine, but you ain't hearing shit about the war no more on news because it's not headline news anymore. But that is the shit that we have to deal with. Our taxpayer money being sent over to Ukraine, which is a 99.9% white country, that ain't got shit to do with black people. But we are here supporting them asses over there. Y'all think Putin playing? He ain't playing. You might be winning the little skirmishes and the little wars that y'all fighting against Putin over there. But at the end of the day, you're dealing with a powerhouse country. This country's been on top of the world for the last 100 years. and you think that you're going to come in and you're going to do something to Putin's shit, and you're going to take Ukraine and not allow him to win, it's going to be a fight to the finish. You know, he went in there thinking it was going to happen in 30 days, and it didn't. But now here we are 6-7 months into this war in Ukraine, and Ukraine's acting like they winning shit, but Ukraine is being towed the hell up. Look like a Cat 5 tornado been through that damn place. It's towed up. And, you know, as fast as he tear it up, they're going back trying to fix shit, but you can't fix shit fast as he's tearing it up. It takes 30 seconds to tear up a whole damn building, and it takes 6 months to rebuild it. So if that's the case you're dealing with, you got a long way to go. A long way to go. Something that I wanted to just throw at you that was a little funny to me. How can every single day and we see people reinventing the chicken? Have you ever seen a chicken die of natural causes? It's got to be a lot of damn chickens out there. I mean, you can go to any grocery store in America and they got chicken on the shelf. You can go to any restaurant in America and they got chicken on the menu. You got Church's chicken. You got Popeye's chicken. You got Chapman's chicken. You got so many damn chicken places. It's unfreaking believable. But these chicken places are selling us chicken in a way that we have to understand that something can't be right with the amount of chicken that's out there in the market today. That's millions and trillions of chickens every single day. Now, I'm just wanting to throw that out there and put some thought on your head because we eat a lot of chicken. We do. But how can the world produce that much chicken all over this country? That's a lot of damn chicken out there. Anyway, forget about the chicken. That was just something to talk about. Trump has Kavanaugh and Barrett as judges on the United States Supreme Court. He might well have Clarence Thomas too, because neither one of them people are there for the American people. They're there for Trump to do his dirty work. So when he gets back into power, which he's advocating really hard right now to be back in power, we are not going to be able to handle anything that he comes up with because he's going to take care of his business and his people. He's going to take care of his business and his people. Have you heard what he said about black people? He said, black people, support me and you will see what I can do for you. He's basically doing what Biden did, and Biden ain't done shit for black people. What's $10,000 off of your damn student loans? Everybody ain't got no damn student loans. So the $10,000 you taking off student loans, you gonna give everybody else $10,000? Hell to the no, you ain't doing that. So what's the point? What's the point? You know, times are getting so bad here in this United States of America, where if you go out and you feed the homeless in certain states, you could be arrested for giving them unpackaged foods. In other words, you fixing them plates and you giving them plates, you can be arrested for that. So that's just the tip of the iceberg. What if you're out there selling plates to bury a relative of something like that? Or you out there selling plates to raise money, a barbecue plate or enchilada plate or any damn thing, but you're out there selling it, and the police pull up and say you can't do that. Now you can't raise money to help no kid go on no summer trip. You can't raise money to help bury a loved one. You can't raise money to help a nonprofit organization just because they don't want you making money outside of spending money. I'm sure you already heard what happened to Mr. Pelosi, Paul Pelosi, Nancy Pelosi's husband. Some white man went in there and attacked him with a hammer. Fortunately, he was on the 911 call and got the police over there real quick, so the man was not able to kill him with that hammer. There's so much going on, though. It's stuff out of control in this country, and that's what we have to deal with. This is the tsunami of slime here in America. 1,960 shootings in Philadelphia this year. Rather than them putting the police out there to handle that, they want to blame the district attorney, who is a black man, for them having all those shootings. They're out there killing kids, but they're letting the gangsters get away. That's why you still got shootings going on. You want to blame the Democrats on the immigration policy on the border, but yet you're not blaming these other countries down here that are allowing these people to migrate towards the United States. Why are they leaving these other countries? Nobody wants to look at the source of the problem. They want to look at the solution of the problem. And the solution of the problem is to allow them into the United States of America. Here in Yuma, Arizona, since the wall construction has stopped over there, Yuma is placing Sealand containers double stacked up on the border to try and keep people from crossing the border over there. Now, if they can dig a 5-mile long tunnel from one building in the interns of Mexico into the interns of the U.S.A. and transport thousands of tons of drugs and people through that tunnel, why can't they dig a tunnel under a damn Sealand container? Some people do some stupid shit in order to try to make a point, but you can't go out there and put shit on federal land without authorization from the federal government. And that's what's happening over there in Yuma, Arizona. Everybody know who Ye is, I'm sure. Ye is not the bad man you think he is. Now, Louis Farrakhan had something to say about Ye. I'm gonna let you hear an excerpt about what he's saying. This is Louis Farrakhan talking about Kanye. They're talking about Kanye West. But see, that's Louis Farrakhan talking about Kanye West. And of course, he's admitting the fact, yeah, Jews are all powerful, but who are they to condemn Kanye West? Kanye is a man just like anybody else, and he's got a right to say what the hell he wants, whether it's right, wrong, or indifferent. Who gives a damn? But he got the balls to do it. Many people don't have that courage, and they rather turn the other cheek, let shit slide, rather than go out there and say what they got a problem with. Kanye ain't that guy. He's gonna say what's on his mind, whether you like it or not, whether you take back your millions or not. He don't give a damn about all that. And I stand with Kanye West for saying what the hell he needed to say and get it off his chest. We still have a problem with water in Jackson, Mississippi. And it's no better there than it has ever been. And from my understanding, we've had a black governor or mayor, black mayor in Jackson, Mississippi for the last 30 years. Right now it's Chokwe who's on his 8-year term. Before Chokwe, his dad was in there for 8 years. But what the hell is happening with the money that is supposed to go and fix the water systems in Jackson, Mississippi? Nobody wants to talk about that. Ask Brett Favre, he knows where the damn money is at. Over there building his daughter a damn volleyball court. The money that the federal government allocated to Mississippi to help with the welfare program, the governor, Bryant, gave that pot of money to Brett Favre to build a damn volleyball stadium for his daughter at the University of Mississippi. Nobody wants to talk about it. You don't hear it on CNN. You don't see it on Fox News. You don't see it anywhere because everybody knows that Brett Favre is a cracker, a redneck ass cracker. And he's the quarterback for my team, by the way. I like the Green Bay Packers. But F him. He ain't right. He ain't never gonna be right. And they're not gonna prosecute that man. And now they don't want to prosecute the woman who lied on Emmett Till. They finally found the damn prosecutorial note saying that this is what we need to do, but they say, oh, she's old. She needs to stay home now. We need to turn the other cheek and forgive her lying ass because she's too old to go to jail. That's a damn lie, and it's a goddamn lie. She need to carry her ass to jail for lying, getting that 14-year-old boy killed who hadn't been in Mississippi 8 days. And the fact is, she admitted she lied. She admitted it. And now the state of Mississippi, with his lying ass, then gave Brett Favre the money, and now they don't want to prosecute this woman. But see, it ain't just on a state level. It's on a federal level too. Because when Mr. Bryant, the one who killed Emmett Till, came back from the military, this is after he killed Emmett Till. The federal government gave him money to go to school. And he went to school less than 300 feet from where I grew up in Inverness, Mississippi, at a place called Bell Manufacturing, which is a welding shop where they build things for farmers to go out on plantations. You don't believe it? Look it up. The federal government paid for Brian to go to school after he murdered Emmett Till. But at the same time, they denied World War II black veterans housing. They denied them school. They denied them land. They denied them every single thing that they could, even though these black men and women had went over there and fought till the death to help America win a war. That's the kind of shit we deal with as black people in America. That is what we do. Flint, Michigan, the water problem is still there. So I don't know why they try to act like all this shit is going away. It ain't going away. It's still there. Camp Lejeune's now got a water issue. Everywhere you go, there's a problem with something in this country, especially on the infrastructure. But yet nobody wants to realize that Biden passed the damn infrastructure bill, which provides money to help take care of business with this infrastructure. That's too bad. That's too sad. That is just too sad. California now, the Hoover Dam is down so low, it's unbelievable. We were up there this past summer, and the water levels are down about 60 feet. And if you look at it on a satellite, you can see it. It's on the satellite. You can see how low the water is. You got to read between the lines in this country, especially if you're black. You know, if they wanted to give you a job, you out there working and you got a decent job, you're making decent money, but yet the boss man's nephew needs a job. So what does he do to get him that job that you got? He's got to disrespect you and piss you off so you can lose your composure, and now you're going to lose your job because you lost your composure and cussed out your manager. We keep falling for the okie doke, y'all. Don't allow yourself to keep falling for the okie doke, because that's what they do to us. They take us to a level and put us in a situation where we are feeling disrespected. And once we feel disrespected as black people, we lose control. And when we lose control, we don't give a damn who we piss off or what we say. But up until that point, we let shit slide. We let shit slide. Don't let shit slide no more. Because every time you let shit slide, the next time it comes around, it's gonna be worse. And if you let shit slide, your descendants are the ones who are going to suffer, because you didn't fix the problem when you had a chance to. That problem ain't going nowhere. You got to read between the lines. A social worker and a nurse was killed up in a Dallas hospital because the boy said his old lady had cheated on him in the maternity ward, and she had a baby that didn't look like he thought the baby should look. So he killed her. Ain't that some shit? People are now being pushed on the subway. So if you're going to New York or you're going to a San Francisco, a place where there's a subway, you better watch yourself, because there are people pushing folks out there on them damn tracks right now, trying to get them killed. There was another school shooting, which, like I said before, and I'll say it again, there is no way we have done the due diligence and the corrective actions that we need to do to stop people from being killed in our elementary schools, even in our high schools. We are not doing the work we need to do to make our children safe. Black people are starting to pull their kids out of school, though, because public school ain't teaching them shit no way. They're graduating dummies. Black people are coming out of high school not knowing the basic damn math, the basic reading capabilities, and it's hurting our populations. It's really hurting our populations. We're not qualifying to go on to higher education through college. It's all because that we're not getting what we should get in elementary school. We're not getting what we should get in junior high, and we're definitely not getting what we should get in high school. If you made it to high school and you're still reading on a 4th and 5th grade level, then you might well drop the hell on out and go to vocational school, because you're not going to get shit done in the next 2 or 3 years because you have missed the basics. If you miss the basics, you can hang that shit up. You don't even need to waste your time trying to go to college. Go to vocational school. There's intimidation at the polls right now because everybody knows this is early voting until I think the 8th of November. And on the 8th of November, that's the regular voting time. And when it's time to vote, just be ready. Get your vote in. This school shooting in St. Louis killed 2 people, a 15-year-old black girl and a 61-year-old teacher. And the boy said he was just fed up with being bullied and abused. So he said he's just going to take it out on the kids that did the abuse. We were at the Claude Black Monday of last week, which was the early voting kickoff there. There was quite a few people there. I want to thank Mr. Johnson for inviting all of us out. It was really nice to see that many black people out there attempting to vote, do early voting. Don't think that because we made it through the summer that COVID is gone. It's not on the gone. It's still here. There's another thing called RSV, which is affecting our toddlers and our 2-year-olds, 3-year-olds. And it's a respiratory issue, but it's not COVID. It seems as though every single month there's a new disease coming out, affecting our people, putting people in the hospital and making people sick. I'm just telling you that because I think you should mask up. It's not over. It is not over. So you should go back and start wearing your mask. It's not over yet. You know, vendors are now paying you to get your COVID shots. So you can go to places like Walgreens, CVS, Piggly Wiggly, Kroger's, to get your shot. And they should pay you in upwards of $20. And just think of it this way. If they're paying you $20 to take these vaccinations, then they must be getting paid every bit of $100 on up per person. The white supremacists in our country today, they're mobilizing to go against you. They're mobilizing to fight you. They're mobilizing to see what they can do to hurt you. They're mobilizing because they can and they have. And then I'm thinking that they just did all this stuff in the last several years. But I was told yesterday that they've been mobilizing for more than that. A long damn time. Why? Why are they mobilizing? Are they gearing up for a civil war or something? Are we planning to have another battle here in America between the races? Is that what it is? Are we looking to go back into battle, but this time on a more equal level? We're not gonna have the slave catchers out there running down black people like it used to be. It's gonna be black people with guns this time. It's a bit different when the rabbit got the gun, huh? Black people got their guns now. So don't think that you're gonna come out of the woodworks with you and only you having your guns, because other people got guns too. The white supremacists know how you operate. They know how to push your buttons, black man. They know how to get you upset. They know how to make you lose your job. They know how to not pay you money. They know how to not give you what you're worth. we're real big on respect too. You know, once we decide that you're gonna have to respect us, you're gonna have to respect us. Because if you don't, you're gonna catch hell with us. You have to respect us. But black people, stop allowing your emotions to control your actions, because your emotions is what cause you to lose your job. It causes you to lose your family. Black men, you got to do better. We got to work together a little better and stop losing our temper when we don't have to. We can't always continue to find little bitty, inattention-nature things for us to fight about against each other. We don't need to keep doing that. Every time you turn around, black people are fighting over the dumbest shit that ain't even their shit. Why would you fight over a turf or a street when it ain't your damn street to start with? It ain't the neighborhood, it ain't the street. You over there renting a goddamn place and you want to fight over the corner because that's your corner. And it ain't shit, it ain't yours. Stop letting yourself look stupid like that. They don't have to kill us. The Klan ain't never said we're going to go out here and kill us some niggas. We do it. They ain't never call our women bitches and hoes. We do it. We need to get control of how we speak of ourselves. If we continue to downgrade ourselves, what makes you think that they won't do it too? But yet we can call ourselves nigga all damn day, but let a white man come over here and say nigga and you're ready to punch him in the mouth. Why? Because we're not thinking. Why can we do it and nobody else can? Stop doing it all together and then you won't have that problem. America is doing what they call the disinvestment of Black America. In other words, America's objective is to keep poor people poor. They want to keep poor people poor. And it's working. They're going to keep poor people poor because they're not going to let you get paid. They're not going to let you invent another damn thing. They're going to do everything in their power to keep you poor. And that's what's happening now. If you didn't get to see Fetterman and Oz debate the other day, you missed a sight. As you may already know, in Pennsylvania, Fetterman suffered a stroke several months ago. And now he's battling against Oz. You remember Dr. Oz for a position, for the governor's position. We hope that he win. We hope Fetterman win, but like you say, it's so much shit up against all our Democrats right now. It ain't even funny. I can't pressure you enough to stop letting shit slide, though. It ain't necessary to let shit slide anymore. You are a man. You are equal to any other man on this planet. And if we don't believe it for ourselves, how else is it going to be believed by our descendants? We got to believe it. And if you look back and you look at all the shit that our ancestors did to make sure that we can do what we're doing right now, and we are not perpetuating this honor and tradition forward that they gave us to be who we are right now, we're not pushing this shit up. We ought to be ashamed of ourselves if we are not out here doing similar things that the Black News Network's doing, trying to get people to understand that we are a powerful people and that they fear us If they didn't fear us, they would not find so many damn ways to not allow us to grow. Every situation they can come up with to keep us from growing, they do. That's our fault. We sit back and allow that shit to happen. Don't let shit slide. You know, in this country, they've been trying to intimidate our politicians. Like I said earlier about Nancy Pelosi's husband, they went looking for her. During the January 6th insurrection, they went looking for Nancy Pelosi and Mike Pence. We're in a political discourse. It's just not working in America anymore because we want too much power. We want the wrong people to have the power. And as long as we want that, we're going to have problems. You still got those election deniers out there. These election deniers are undermining America, knowingly. They know what they're doing. And it's a blatant division of democracy. A blatant division of democracy. The most affected people by this blatant disrespect and division for democracy are the lower people, poor. Those are the people that are affected the most. How can a person with no formal training participate in a particular area and make binding decisions for a government? Politicians do it all the time. They come out and they make all these lies and they tell all these damn stories that they're going to do this, they can do that, they can make this happen for American people, but yet they ain't never done the damn job. But now they got the job, and so they acted like they've been doing this shit for years. I talked with Patrick Jones last Monday, and Patrick Jones is saying that he's going to put his name in the hat for D2 councilperson. Well, D2 councilperson should have always remained black, but it hasn't. You know, it's all right for certain people to go in there, but if you're not black, 100% black, then that seat is not for you. That seat is not for you. And that's what I've been saying all along, that District 2 seat is for black people, because right now, the city of San Antonio has no black representation on the city council. None. No black representation on the city council. All a person has to do now is just express a desire to become a politician and sell a bunch of bullshit down the river, and they'll eventually get elected. All you got to do is be liked and talk a lot of bullshit, and you can get elected. So if you want to get into politics, it ain't that damn hard. You don't have to specialize in a damn thing. All you got to do is just have to get the gab and keep talking. Sooner or later, you'll win that position that you want. But we're going to see how Patrick Jones do for this D2 run he's talking about doing. And last time they voted, 2 years ago, for District 2, you had a lot of people, black people, running for the same damn seat with no black person getting over 600 votes. Because it was so thinned out that nobody won. It was too thin out. I don't know if you know Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving did a series called Heroes to Negroes. If you get a chance to watch that little short documentary, please do. Heroes to Negroes. Kyrie Irving, the basketball player. Thanksgiving, Halloween's being celebrated in South Korea, in Seoul, and over 150 kids died because there were too many people on the street. Nobody shot weapons or anything, but they were crushed to death. You know, the biggest thing going on right now that people are not paying much attention to is the train strike. All these train tracks with trains running back and forth, they have been fighting for the last 50 years to get paid sick time. That's all they want is sick time. They ain't worried about no raises, they ain't worried about shit. They just want to know if they get sick and they have to take a day off, that they can get paid or compensated for that one day. But the union, the owners of the train systems don't want to give them sick days. They said, we done gave you everything else, but we ain't giving you no sick days. So if they don't come to terms with this sick day thing, the train conductors are going to go on strike. Therefore, shutting down the delivery of billions and billions of items across this country by rail. By rail. About 300 realtors got together to send President Biden a letter saying that, hey, you need to fix this shit, because if these train conductors go on strike, there was going to be held in high water, because you're not going to be able to get the things you need across the country because you don't have the trains moving. And then, they always want to try each other, see how long we're going to let these trains sit still and lose $1 billion a day. Hate is in this homeland, y'all. We got to keep our faith and believe in what we do to make this country better. Over 10,000 threats have been issued to politicians. The last thing I'm going to talk about is what's happening with the authentication process. Now, if you're interested in becoming an authenticated citizen in America, this is some of the steps you'll have to follow. Number one, you'll have to obtain a certified copy of your birth certificate. Once you get your certified copy of your birth certificate, then you're going to send that to whatever state you were born in with the birth certificate and a document asking them to authenticate your birth certificate. You're going to send it to your main, to where you were born. Then once they send it back, and sometimes it takes months, sometimes it takes weeks. Once they send it back, you're going to send it to the federal level. You're going to send it to Washington, D.C., Secretary of State. In Washington, D.C., they're going to want to see the one that you got from Mississippi or whatever state you got it from, and see that you were authenticated in that state. And then they will start the process to authenticate you in the federal level. Once you receive that back, you have two authentications. You have the state level and you have the federal level, which means nothing but if the state went down to martial law, it doesn't affect you because you have diplomatic immunity from the United States of America. You're an American citizen, but you have a dissertation or authentication saying that you stand alone. You don't stand under the guidelines and principles of this country. That's the first two things you want to do. Now, once you get that done, then you go to the post office and set up your appointment for a passport ID. Not a passport, but it's like a driver's license, and you keep it in your wallet. And what that does, it tells the court or the police officer that you have diplomatic immunity. But if you don't have that, you don't have diplomatic immunity. You have to have it in order for you to not be written a ticket or not be prosecuted. There's several little things you can do to get it done. And if you're interested in knowing more about authenticating your birth certificate, you can always give me a call, 210-872-2261. So once you do that, once you authenticate with the state and the federal level, you go get your passport ID card, then you submit your name change paperwork if you plan to change your name, which I want to formally declare that my new name is Jabir Razin Ali. I'm formally declaring as of 10/30/2022, my name is Jabir Razin Ali. We're on YouTube under the Black News Network -BNN. We're on Facebook, the Black News Network -BNN. And we're on Twitter, the Black News Network -BNN. Please subscribe, share, and like our pages. This is the Black News Network, the real voice of Military City, USA, bringing you the news from a Black perspective. I do not own the rights to the music, but I do own the rights to what I say. Thank you all for participating for this 1 hour of talk radio. And I hope to see you here Wednesday night at 7 p.m. for a short discussion on some major topic happening here in the world today. This is the real voice of Military City, USA, bringing you the news from a local, state, and federal level. And like I said, I do not own the rights to the music, but I do own the rights to what I say. Have a nice day.